What would be a good niche for Facebook ads? Because obviously I'm going to go over several today, but there are several more outside of this that are also profitable enough for you to be able to run Facebook ads. So there's two things that you need to consider. One of them is the lifetime value of a customer, and the other one is the average order value. So lifetime value of a customer obviously is for any business who maybe has like a product or a service that they sell on a recurring basis, or that people come back over and over and spend more money with you than just that one time. So ideally, you want the minimum to be $1,000. For average order value, it's going to be similar. It's going to be $1,000 or more. So even if it's a one-off product, service, or anything of that nature, then if it's at least $1,000 or more, then you're in good business and you can actually be profitable on your ads. Even if your profit margin is way smaller than what you wanted, at minimum, you can break even and get your money back and not waste any money. I'm Amber McDuffie, and I am a Facebook ads specialist. What actually sparked me in doing this research is because at one point I was going to open an agency. What industry, what niches, should I be looking at in order to make sure I'm actually making money? For myself, getting clients who would be willing to pay me because they would actually be making a profit on their ads. Okay, so I'm going to start out with my course creators and my consultants and business coaches, because one of the top niches that is profitable for Facebook ads is online learning, online education. Online learning is really going to be a great industry where you can promote your business using Facebook ads, getting leads that you can convert into clients. Remember that minimum though that I recommend is going to be $1,000. So you are going to want to be creating premium courses, premium coaching, services that are going to be no less than $1,000 if you're going to be running ads. And truthfully, if you're going to want to run a profitable business that can sustain you long term and keep you going, that you're not constantly having to figure out how to make 20 or 30 sales, in 1 month just to keep your business open. So if you are looking to run some ads, then I do have a training for my coaches, consultants, and my course creators that is down in the description, and it'll teach you how to run ads and how to set up your ad copy, how to do your budgeting. All of that is down below. Check it out. The next niche is going to be real estate agents, okay? So real estate agents, on average, their commission per house sold, and I looked this up for Georgia, I'm in Georgia, is going to be $14,000. Now that's average across the state, right? So that clearly meets the minimum threshold of $1,000 per client. So per house that they sell, it would make sense for them to either advertise the sale of that house or even just advertise to get clients, right? So a lot of what I teach is how to use Facebook ads to get leads, right? How do you get people on your email list so that you can nurture them, warm them up, and they're not just like in your circle, for 1 second and then gone forever. We want to capture those people, get them on our email list, continue to nurture them and warm them up until they become our client. So if you help real estate agents to get leads, to get more clients, not just to sell the house, but to actually get clients that they can eventually use their skills to sell the house, then they're basically can count each of those clients that has a house to sell as about $14,000 per client. The next business on the list is going to be a car dealership. So average car value for even used cars across the nation was $26,000 last year. So if $26,000 per car sale is the average order value, right? Then a car dealership is certainly going to be interested in spending money to make that money back. So at the end of this video, I am going to link to another video that I created that is actually going to teach you how to use that average order value or that LTV, the lifetime value of a customer, to calculate your ads budget so that you can actually look at your profit in advance before you spend anything, and what type of ad that you need to be running, that I recommend that you be running in order to really see a return on the investment in your ads. Next on the list is laser hair removal. Now I know that's a very specific niche, but you can also look up other niches that offer, cosmetic services. Now for laser hair removal, it's about $389 per session on average. Now, that does not meet the minimum threshold of $1,000. However, it can take 4 to 10 sessions in order for the laser hair removal procedure to be complete. So if it were even at the minimum of 4 sessions, that's about $1,600. So there you go. You've got that minimum threshold of $1,000. And if it's at the highest of 10 hair removal procedures, then you are at about $4,000 per client. The next one on the list is a day spa. A lot of day spas now have memberships. So really promoting that membership to people who already know that day spas are something that they enjoy, and going to a day spa is something that they already currently do. What is the unique solution that that particular day spa would offer that would cause them to join that membership? So now they can recoup their ad spend because they are now creating a lifetime value of up to $3,400 for one day spa client. The next niche on the list is actually a professional service. It is accounting. So with accountants, there's a variety of ways that they provide services. Sometimes it's a one-off service and it may not rise to the level of $1,000 on one service. But once they acquire a client, that client now knows that they can go to that accountant to get more support. And those one-off services might only be between $100 and $400. However, if someone takes on an accountant and actually hires an accountant on a retainer, that can be between $1,000 and $5,000 per year. So again, it depends on how you are advertising that service and the accountant's overall ability to transfer that client from just a one-off client to an annual retaining client. Another professional service is going to be a lawyer. So lawyers, the national average is about $225 per hour is what they're charging. So of course, getting a lawyer to do some work and some services for you most likely is gonna take more than 1 hour. So even if it takes 4 hours at minimum, you have now met that threshold of $1,000. Financial planners are another field where they can work on a retention basis. So on average, their retention fee for a year is between $2,000 and $7,500. So they automatically qualify in that minimum threshold of $1,000 per client. Okay, we're gonna go back to the cosmetic procedures and we are gonna take a look at the field of cosmetic surgery. So cosmetic surgeons are a good niche to go for and to, offer them your agency services, because cosmetic surgery procedures can range between $5,000 and $8,000 that on average most people would get, and it could even go up from there. So $8,000 isn't even necessarily the most. And here's the thing about cosmetic surgery, it is great for referrals, right? When you're wearing your procedure around, right? Like even my hair, when I go places, if people compliment me on my hair, I tell them who did it. I don't claim, the glory for it. I say, hey, that's all in my hairstylist, and then I go forward and give them her information. So referral services are huge, and that is a great way that you can kind of get your foot in the door as well if you're trying to get clients and letting them know, yes, this is what it costs to get one client, but don't forget about how many people they're going to refer to you. That can also increase your return on ad spend. Okay, kind of keeping in the medical field / cosmetic field, we're going to go with dentists. So dentists kind of splits that line, right? Because they have some services that just need to be done on a biannual basis. And then they have some other procedures that you can have done that are either emergency procedures and some that are even cosmetic procedures. So for a dentist, the lifetime value of a patient is $22,000. That is an excellent niche to go into. Again, staying in the medical field, we're going to look at chiropractic services. So the lifetime value of a chiropractic patient is $1,000 to $3,000. So that definitely meets that minimum threshold of $1,000. Now, if you want to learn the best Facebook ad that you should run and how to budget for that ad so that you can make sure that that $1,000 that they're spending on that ad actually comes back to them, then I want you to watch this video next.